Naresh Bhatt is set to face trial. He is charged with concealing a dead body. So far, Mamta has not been found.
What's up, guys? So today we're going to give you guys an in-depth examination about the Mamta Kafle Bhatt case. Now, most of you guys have probably heard about this case. This case has attracted some pretty widespread attention, in part because of its gruesome nature, and also in part because it's stricken a community that has historically seen very peaceful times. So without further ado, let's get to it. It seems that Mamta Kafle Bhatt was a 27-year-old pediatric nurse. What makes this case extra special is the involvement of her husband, Naresh Bhatt. Today, we're going to give you guys a detailed overview of the case. We're going to incorporate some of the events that have shaped this case as it stands today. And finally, we're going to delve into some of the legal proceedings of the case. We'll start off with a little bit of background. Mamta Kafle Bhatt and Naresh Bhatt were married in December of 2020. Not long after, they had a beautiful baby daughter, Nima, who was born on August 20th, 2023. On August 31st, Naresh had purchased their very lavish home at 9408 Heather Court in the Blooms Crossing community of Manassas. According to property records, the house went for $705K, which is, at the national level, pretty expensive. What we're getting here is that this couple's life seems pretty idyllic, pretty stable. That is, until it was disrupted by a series of troubling events. On February 2024, police were summoned to the Bhatt residence due to a report of disorderly conduct. Mamta reported that Naresh had destroyed her phone and withheld her official documents too. Despite this behavior, no charges were filed against the guy. Let's establish the timeline of this case. Mamta's disappearance began with her last known sighting. On July 27th, 2024, she was seen last at the UVA Prince William Medical Center. I live like right by there. Jeez. She worked as a nurse. The following day, on July 28th, Mamta attempted to call her best friend, Nadia Navarro, but Nadia missed the call. That day, Mamta also posted a video on her TikTok with her daughter, whom she doted upon very much. Now, if Mamta had only known where her husband was while she was warmly bonding with her daughter, her blood would have run cold. You see, while Mamta was exchanging hugs with her daughter, her husband, Naresh Bhatt, was buying a pack of 3 knives in Chantilly. 2 of these 3 knives were later unaccounted for following a search of the Bhatt home. What's more, on July 31st, Naresh was seen at a Walmart in Loudoun County, purchasing cleaning supplies, including a carpet cleaner, Lysol disinfectant wipes, and air fresheners. Air fresheners? Really? He later told police that he saw Mamta on this day. On August 1st, Mamta's phone battery had died. Its last recorded location? Near a body of water in Loudoun County. Police were obviously suspicious. Hell, I would have been suspicious. How could they not relate her disappearance to her last location being near a body of water? Foul play was rife in their minds at this point. On August 2nd, 2024, police conducted a welfare check at the Bhatt residence. Now, Naresh, this whole time, calm as a cucumber, told officers that Mamta was visiting a sister in New York or Texas. This raised a number of questions. You see, all of Mamta's family was in Nepal, so who was she really visiting? Naresh had also complained that the couple were in the process of separating. On August 4th, Naresh had sent text messages to the same police officers who conducted the welfare check. The officer responded on the following day, and Mamta was officially reported as missing. The officers were determined to pin their prime suspect at this point. So on August 8th, Mamta's case was changed to involuntarily missing. From this point onwards, Naresh had displayed suspicious behavior, almost as if in a rush. On August 15th, 2024, Naresh Bhatt had indicated that he was preparing to send his daughter off to Nepal. And then on August 19th, he had sold his blue Tesla. Thankfully, the car was later impounded by the cops. The cops investigated the car's connection to Mamta's disappearance. Now, the situation escalated on August 31st when police executed a search warrant of the home. In fact, they stayed there overnight and into the next day. As the cops were investigating the house, determined to find Naresh guilty, they stumbled upon a wall. Now, what was strange was that this wall was pink, and one suspicious officer shouted, "Look!" The other officers rushed in, and they gasped. Upon testing the material, the cops realized that what was on the wall was their worst suspicion. It was blood. In a frenzy, the cops searched the rest of the home, and they found gallons and gallons of human blood in the sink drain. At this point, The cops had what they wanted. Police chief of Manassas Park, Mario Lugo, announced that Mamta was presumed dead, and he named Naresh Bhatt as the prime suspect. But the question remained, whose blood was that on the wall? Where was Mamta? Cops would have loved to pin Naresh, but without any actual evidence of him committing the crime, they were kind of stuck.
And thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall.
And I'm Annalisa Gale. Breaking now on DC News Now, the husband of missing Manassas Park mom, Mamta Kafle Bhatt, has now been charged with concealing a dead body this afternoon.
Police and prosecutors confirmed that they took Naresh Bhatt into custody on that charge just before 2 p.m. today.
On August 22nd, in front of his home, Naresh Bhatt was arrested and charged with a single felony, attempt to conceal a dead body. And his daughter Nima was also seen being carried out of the house. On August 23rd, during an arraignment hearing, prosecutors described pools and stains of dried blood on the walls. But Naresh stuck to his story. Naresh was held without bond on August 26th. He was deemed a flight risk and a danger to the community. I'm glad he was deemed a flight risk. August 27th, 2024, police executed another search warrant at the Bhatt home. Even more evidence was found. While this case has been rolling, imagine Nima, Naresh's 1-year-old daughter, confused, without her parents. One can already imagine the trauma that has given her, being raised without the presence of her mother or father. It must be really hard on a kid. That pain must be indescribable. Now luckily, Mamta's family, such as her mother and her cousins from Nepal, have flown in on an emergency visit to come and assist in the search of their relative Mamta and to care for the baby. On a lighter note, in an impressive display of community, Manassas really pulled together and was able to raise over $100,000 through services such as GoFundMe. On the same day, it appears that a judge agreed to a motion from Naresh Bhatt's defense to bypass the preliminary hearing, sending the felony charge of concealing a dead body directly to a grand jury. On August 30th, 2024, the Prince William County Police Search Squad conducted a search at Signal Hill Park. While evidence was recovered, forensic analysis was still pending. And as of today, September 24th, the search for Mamta Kafle continues. The case of Mamta Kafle Bhatt has unfolded into a complex and very gruesome legal matter. From the initial reports of disorderly conduct to Mamta's disappearance to Naresh Bhatt's subsequent arrest, this case has revealed troubling details, but has raised even more troubling questions. For every troubling detail this case has included, another troubling question arises. As investigations continue and legal proceedings advance, this case remains a poignant example of the intricate and often distressing nature of criminal investigations, particularly those that pertain to domestic issues. One silver lining of this case is that it sheds light upon the prevalence of domestic violence, as well as the importance of reporting such behavior. If you or anyone you know has been a victim of domestic violence, please don't hesitate to call this number on the screen before it's too late. Stay safe.
Talk to me about your relationship.
Yeah, it's been like, very good, since like 2 months, before that, one time we had like some arguments.
What did she say? What was she like? Did she?
We don't have like any type of that.
How did you realize that she was missing?
She wasn't fair at her work, and then she is very focused on her work, and that's how, I don't know what I supposed to say.
When was the last time you saw her?
A Wednesday in the evening.
Okay, and then what happened after that? Did she leave? Did you leave?
No, just she was working on the kitchen, after eating dishes and then stuff like that.
But she left the night before?
No, Thursday supposed to she at work. On Thursday she's supposed to at work.
Wednesday night though,
yeah.
What happened there? You went to sleep? Where was she?
Oh, so she was working on the kitchen, and then right there, usually if I have to work, I go there, and then sometimes, in the morning, we do not disturb because of the baby, who is not working, we do not disturb to, another person. So, keep taking care of the baby, and then, slightly left the home.
So you didn't normally sleep together at night?
Oh, we do sometimes.
You didn't initially report her missing. Why is that?
On the next day,
okay.
when the on the first day when like she did not come at home in the evening, and then I check around, like usually where she go for hang around and then stay for with the friends. Just I check from the outside, and then I thought like she went like before something like that. So I just came back and then sleep with the baby, and then next day once I wake up like a little bit later, I was working in the kitchen with the babies, and then police say like she's not at work, she's at home. Then I realized very seriously. Then I talk to police, and then I say like stay here, just talk to police, and then why she did not at work, this and that. And then I really start, and then I say like I'm gonna file it. So police suggest me like just if it happens before, search around, and then if you are like tired of searching, you can file it. And then very next day, and then I text to the police officer, hey, like I already searched everywhere. And then he respond me in the text message. And then later on, like it's a long text message, he said like okay, now you can officially file it, call 911. And then that's what I did after that. And then yeah.
Has she ever gone missing before?
What do you mean?